The sixth corporal work of mercy is bury the dead. We receive this from Jewish tradition, for whom it was a law of God to bury a deceased person as soon as possible so that the human body would not be defiled, but instead be respected. Remember, God made the human person in his image, and burying the dead was seen not only as a way to honor that person, but also to honor God, the image in whom that person was created. In the Gospels, Jesus is approached by a young man who wants to follow him, but then who says, "But please, Lord, let me first go and bury my father, and then I'll come follow you." And Jesus confronts him with what are challenging words to our ear upon first hearing. He says, "Let the dead bury their dead. You come follow me." Jesus is not saying at all for this man not to bury his father. What he is saying is that nothing should take precedence in following Christ. Yes, bury your father, but follow me. My friends in Christ, we all know someone who has lost a loved one. Perhaps it was sudden. Perhaps it was expected for a long time. But nevertheless, the death of someone we love is never easy to handle. There's always emotional trauma, perhaps even manifesting as physical trauma. And more often than not, there's also spiritual trauma. Perhaps there's someone very close to you who died and whom you dearly miss. Or perhaps a close friend of yours or relative has lost someone very dear to them and whom they most dearly miss. What are ways that we can help them in this corporal work of mercy, of burying the dead, even long after the fact that their loved one has been interred? On the anniversary of that person's death, have the holy sacrifice of the Mass prayed for the eternal repose of their loved one. Send them a card or a note on meaningful dates or anniversaries in that person's life, that you can let your friend or loved one know that their loved one and the events in their life are lived in your life and are remembered. That brings such immense comfort and consolation. And when you and I, my dear friends in Christ, help others know that they are remembered and that their loved one is still prayed for time after time in that person's heart, you're making space for grace.